Thank you for watching our Dissolution of Marriage How-To Guide instructional video step 2. Please note once again that this video is intended to help assist self-represented litigants and only provides legal information. No legal advice or counsel is provided here.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dissolution Divorce How-To presentation. This is step 2 where we're going to be going over how to get the paperwork. It might seem easy, but with COVID, it's made things a little bit more difficult. So let's get into it. Where to get the paperwork. So the easiest place for some of you to get the paperwork is going to be the courthouse. There's also some online options available. You can get the individual forms, or you can also use these online programs that help you fill out the paperwork. Once you're done with the program at the end, it'll give you a file that you can print out, and most of your paperwork should be done or somewhat done. These options are all available to you. It's up to you to decide which one's going to be best for you. So I'm going to give you all these options. Watch this whole video and then just decide on which one you're going to think about going with. And at the end of the video, I will also give a list of all the forms you need. So once again, just go through this video, see your options available, and see which one's best for you. The first option for getting the paperwork is the courthouse. These are all the courthouses that deal with family law. Whichever one of these might be closest to you might be one of your options to go and get the paperwork. So from what I've heard, I've called the courthouse myself, and the ones that I've called, some of them say there is paperwork available outside of the courthouse. What I would do is just call the courthouse, whichever one you plan on visiting, just to verify so you don't waste a trip. I don't want you driving all the way down to the courthouse and they say, hey, we don't do those kinds of things. We don't give out paperwork. There's also used to be a fee for this paperwork. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but I know there was a fee. And now that the paperwork's outside, I was told there's no fee, so it's free paperwork. Once again, I would just call the courthouse, whichever one you plan on visiting, to call and verify to see if they actually have the divorce paperwork that you're looking for, and if there is a fee or if there isn't. So the rest of these options are going to be online. In order to use these options, you're going to need a computer. This computer has to have internet, and if you're lucky enough to have a printer, that's going to make things a lot easier. If you don't have a printer, what you can do is you can use a USB flash drive. Sometimes they look like this. It's a little storage device. You can plug this device into your computer, put the files onto this device, and then take this little device to like a library, a Kinko's, a Staples, anywhere where they can print for you. One of the first online options is not really an online option. It's a self-help, which is us. You can call us at 213-235-0060 for the paperwork. The thing is, the reason why I say it's online is because we're going to need an email address to send the paperwork to. If you don't have an email address, as long as you have an email address that we can send it to, like a friend, a neighbor, a relative's email address where we can send the paperwork to, that would work. As long as you have access to that email and we can send you paperwork there. The next option to get the paperwork is online. The way you get the paperwork online is you're going to go to the court's website, which is this website right here, www.courts.ca.gov/forms. Once you enter this into your browser, it's then going to take you to this page right here, and then you're going to just simply click on divorce, and it will give you a list of all the divorce forms. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like right now. I'm going to guide you through that process. So I'm going to exit out of here. This is actually on a web browser. And then my web browser is on Google already. So I'm going to go to www.courts.ca.gov/forms. The browser I use is Google Chrome. You might have Internet Explorer, Firefox, whatever browser you have. Just make sure you enter this website at the very top and then hit enter. And this is exactly what came out on that slide that I was showing you earlier. Just waiting for it to load. And then we're going to click on divorce once that pops up right here. So the site's loaded. You guys see divorce. It looks exactly like it was on the slide. You click on that and it'll bring you to this list of forms for divorce. You're not going to be using all of these forms. You will be using some of them. So I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like to download and save one of these files. So the FL100 is one of the forms you're going to end up using. This is the petition. What you're going to do is click right here where it says View PDF. PDF is just the name of the file you will be downloading. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, View PDF. And then this is the PDF. It's 3 pages. It says at the top, 1 of 3 pages. And this is the FL100. To download this form, you're going to click this little down arrow button. When you hover over it, even it says download. Go ahead and click that. And then now this box is going to ask you, where would you like this download to go? The easiest place to save it is your desktop. Sometimes other options are selected. It might be another folder. So what you're going to do is go over here, try to find where it says desktop, and save it onto the desktop. So once desktop is selected, and you can even see at the very top, the last one will be desktop. That means it's going to be saved onto the desktop. Go ahead and click save. And I will show you where the desktop is, what it's referring to. This is your desktop. So since I chose to save it onto this desktop, the file I chose to download is right here, the FL100. And then that's how you download and save a file. Another online option to find the forms or get the forms is using Google, the search engine Google. Some of you might be familiar with Google. The way you access Google is you go to the website www.google.com. Once you've typed this into your web browser, you should get a page like this. Right here in this bar, you're going to type in the number of the form that you're looking for, and then it will find it for you. Once again, at the end of the presentation, I will give you a list of the forms you need to download to have all the paperwork. So I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like to go on Google and download one of these forms. So once again, I'm going to exit out of the presentation. I'm going to go to my web browser, and then I'm going to type in here www.google.com, and it's going to give me this page. On this search bar, we're going to type in one of the forms we're looking for. So let's try the old form that we looked up earlier, the FL100. And then you're going to see the FL100 is one of the first search results that comes up. And it's from the same website that we were at, www.courts.ca.gov. So this is a trusted website. When you're clicking on these results, be sure to click on the result that comes from the courts.ca.gov. Don't click on these other ones because these might be having spyware or malware that might slow down or hurt your computer. So always be sure to look at the website it's coming from. Any kind of .gov website is pretty safe. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and it looks exactly like we looked at earlier, the FL100. And then once again, you will download it. If you're looking for this form, since we already have it downloaded, we don't need to download it. So let's look for another form that we haven't seen yet, a form we're going to end up using, which is the FL110. I just typed in FL-110, I press enter, and the very top result, www.ca.courts.gov, safe website. That's the summons we're looking for, the FL-110. Go ahead and click on that. Same exact way it loaded up on the FL-100, and then we're going to download it again. And remember how I said, make sure to choose desktop for the location on where we want this download to go, because if it's another area selected, it might be a little bit difficult to find exactly where it went to download. But if you choose desktop, it's right on your desktop. So I'm going to click here, save. I saved the 110 onto my desktop, and then there it goes. Another option you have online is to use one of these online programs called File at Home. It's one of the programs provided by the court. The way you would access this program is you will go to the court's website, which is www.lacourt.org, and then you would navigate from there to File at Home, and you would finally end up at this screen here, which is the program itself. So I'm going to show you exactly how to access File at Home. So once again, I'm going to exit out of this presentation, and then I'm going to go to www.lacourt.org, hit enter, and then the court's website is going to load up, and you're going to scroll down or go down a little bit to this little blue silhouette of a house with an @ sign in the middle. This is the File at Home icon. You can click here, click there, it doesn't matter, just click anywhere around here. And then it's going to take you to this page right here. Since what we're looking for is a divorce, none of these other options apply to us. Click divorce. And then since we're starting a new interview, we're just starting our paperwork, we're going to click here, open divorce interview. Then this is going to load up, and then this is the program. You're going to click start. You're going to go step by step as an ask you the questions in the paperwork, and it helps you fill out. The thing about this program that I'm not too big of a fan of is that it goes very slow in my opinion. Everything has to load every page. So if you're kind of a quick typer, you can get through programs pretty quickly. This might not be for you because it is kind of slow. If you have to go back, it's not very fun. But this goes through all the paperwork, and at the very end, you can have a stack of your paperwork that's pretty much finished. And you can go over the list I give at the end to see if you have all the paperwork necessary. But this helps you fill out most of the paperwork, and it goes question by question. So this is one of the options. It also allows you to save. So go ahead and mess around with this program, see if this is a fit for you, see if you like it. Maybe you will like it, maybe you won't, and I will give you another option if you don't like this one. Another online program that you can use is called Law Help Interactive. The way to access this, or the easiest way to find it, is by using the search engine Google once again. And in Google, you're going to type in LA Self Help Kiosk. Once you hit enter, it should come up with this exact page right here. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like and how to access this program. So we're going to exit out of here once again. And I'm at LA Court. So you're going to go to Google, www.google.com. Once that loads up, in the search bar, you type in LA space self space help space kiosk. Hit enter, and then we're looking for the search result that has that lacourt.org. It should be this one. It says self space help hyphen LA Court, and it's the LA Court website.org. So this is it. Look for a result that looks similar to this. Mine is a very top one. Yours might be a few down, but just make sure it looks exactly like this. Self-help dash LA Court, and then it's from the lacourt.org website. When you click on it, it's going to look like this. Once you're on this page, the next step is you click on Law Help Interactive Programs. That's going to give you this next list. You're going to click on the Self-Help Workshops and Clinics. Then you're going to click on Divorce, because that's what we're working with, Divorce. And then you're going to click on this one, Divorce Orientation Workshop Series for Petitioners. Go ahead and click on that. And then you're going to click here, Start. And then the program will load up right here. It might take a little bit depending on your computer. If it's not too fast, sometimes that might take a while. And then you can go ahead and click Get Started. You can get started, but a good idea with this, I'm a little bit more familiar with this program, is I would create an account so you can save your work. And creating an account is not too hard. It's pretty simple. You click Create Account, and then these are the questions it's going to ask you. Once you fill out these questions, it'll let you create your account. Since I've already created an account, I'll show you what it looks like to have an account and then log in. So I'm logging into my account that I've already made. So if you've already made your account by creating an account, you would then log in. Your screen will look like this. Then you can click Get Started. And the reason why I like this program a little bit better is that it allows you to go back very quickly. Once you start filling out the paperwork, every page is right here on the left. For the username, you can skip that. That's just because these are the exact program used in the court. That's why it's asking for username. Usually for the username, the courts will use like what court you were using. Just leave it blank. That doesn't apply to you. And then right here, just pretty much basic stuff, putting in your information. And then as you click next, you keep clicking next to go through these. Every page of next is right here on the left. So if you're like, you know what, I didn't remember how much or what my address was or what my old address, whatever it might be, you can always click on these, or you can click previous, and it's a pretty quick program. It doesn't have to load like File at Home. That one takes a while. This one is pretty quick, pretty easy. And to save, the way you save is right here. You click this button here, this blue little floppy disk, Save Answers. And then I would just, so you doesn't get mixed up, you could just put here divorce paperwork. And then your work is saved. Now you can even see it says here, your answers have been successfully saved. So if your computer freezes or anything like that, you'll still be able to get your work. You won't lose everything. I like this program. This one I know for a fact will print out all the paperwork you need. So even if it's filled out incorrectly, at least you'll have all the paperwork you need, and someone will be able to help you to review that paperwork. I will maybe be making another presentation to go over the rest of the paperwork. So this is probably one of the easier. It's not easy, but it will give you everything you need. So this is another option. So finally, here's that list of divorce paperwork I said I would put at the end. This is a list of all the paperwork needed to start your divorce. So I'm going to go over these forms. You're going to need the FL-110, which is the summons. You're going to need this special LA County paperwork, which is a FAM-020. Do not put the dash. I've noticed if you put the dash on Google, sometimes this form doesn't come up. And this is the family law case cover sheet. This is specific to LA County. You're going to need the FL-100, which is the petition. And if you have minor children, only if you have minor children in the divorce. But if the minor children are part of the divorce, you're going to include the FL-311 and the FL105/GC-120. Only if you have minor children. These are optional attachments to include more specific visitation and regulations for visitation. I would say look them up. I was going to put the names, but I think the names might be a bit confusing. I would say look these up. I've already showed you guys how to look up the forms. Look at these forms and see if you want to throw them in there. These are optional. You don't have to put them in there. The most common one that I see chosen out of all these is a 341, which is for the holiday schedule. If you want a holiday schedule for your children, once again, these are optional. And I'm going to keep going down. The FL140, Declaration of Disclosure. You need two FL160s. It's the same form, but you need one for community and one for separate property. So be sure to print out two of these. And then you're going to need the FL150 income and expense declaration, the FL115 the proof of service of summons, and then you're also going to need a set of blanks. These will remain blank the entire time. These is paperwork that's going to be served to the other party. So once you make a copy of these, just print them, leave them off to the side. Don't touch them, don't fill them out, because this is for the other party. If they want to respond, you're going to be attaching this to their paperwork. Print these out for the other party, because these are necessary. And that's the end of the how-to presentation. If you have any questions at all, you can call self-help at 213-235-0060. It's free legal information. I might be one of the people that answers the phones. We give no legal representation or legal advice is provided through these services. So call us for any kind of questions you might have. You can also call us for the next step, or if you need help filling out the paperwork. Again, the number is 213-235-0060. And with this paperwork, don't be afraid to start it. You can use whiteout. Whiteout is okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's a lot easier to go over paperwork that has been started than to go over paperwork that is completely blank. That's going to waste a lot of time if you're trying to get this done as fast as you can. At least try it out. Start filling out your name, address, telephone number, all that stuff. That's going to save us at least an hour. So be sure to go over all that. Try to do it as best you can. And then once again, you can call us wherever you get stuck. And I'll be making another video to show you how to fill it out. And it'll go a lot faster. You'll be able to go through the video quicker if some of it is done. So be sure to do as much as you can. It'd be a lot easier. Once again, guys, good luck. If you like this video, please give it a like, give it a comment. Thank you for your time.